So let's jump into it. The oh my god moment of the week. Brock wanted smoke with Vince. First reported by @WrestleVolts, the Twitter account, there was a verbal altercation between Lesnar and Vince McMahon backstage after the match. Lesnar was upset. Although we still don't know why exactly what happened, it was reported that Lesnar just went off on Vince. Basically, point blank, Lesnar probably didn't like the way the match went. He doesn't like how things are going, and he's crying like a big baby when he's supposed to go back to UFC. So, what's your take on that? Who wants to take that?
I'll take it first. First of all, this is semi-work. I believe anything that's put out there now is strictly Vince in the making. 48 laws of power, get the sheep going. And we're all fucking sheeps to Vince.
You know why it's kind of a work? Based on what happened with Conor McGregor in the UFC, you need to create some more smoke and mirrors and shit.
Yeah.
Because the whole UFC thing felt a little WWE-ish to me, and maybe Conor just took it too far, so maybe this is kind of somewhere in between that same type of thing. When you throw the Universal title belt either at the wall next to Vince or at Vince and you miss, it makes it seem like it has to be some type of work. Because... Like Rihanna?
Yes, like Rihanna.
What's sneaking in there?
We are in the reality era.
Yeah.
That's what Triple H says all the time. And they gotta make this shit look real. Why was Brock mad? Why is he mad? But then he resigns a contract extension the next day.
Supposedly it was just a one-match extension, though. Supposedly.
I don't give a fuck.
For the one at
I've been saying this for years. With Brock in WWE,
they make more money.
Dana White and Vince McMahon are having cocktails every weekend, talking shit together, and figuring out how to work together.
I mean, he was there.
He was
at
WrestleMania.
Yeah.
There's 4 chicks, former UFC fighters on the roster.
Yep.
Sure.
In developmental, in NXT, and on the main roster.
Okay.
And then you have Brock Lesnar. This is all fucking work. Conor is the next person to be WWE. I guarantee you.
For sure.
In a year and a half.
I mean, the way that
I'll say 2.
2 years.
Probably 2 years. But the way that you described it, how that whole UFC thing happened. When I first watched it, I was like, okay, this could be real, whatever. But since I saw Dana White at the pay-per-view,
that's what makes it
so I was just like, maybe this is somewhat of a work, and Conor McGregor took it too far.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Because he had a little too much in the system. But like I said in previous podcasts, Negro Dominance predicted this. See, I see the future like Cleo. Didn't I say this? Brock was going to win the Universal title, bring it to UFC for a cross promotion. See? All of that is just y'all live too much in the real world. I live in Negro Dominance. I see the stars from miles away, the universe.
Well, I said that. I've been saying that.
Oh, you did it?
Yes, I did.
No.
Yes, he has.
Yes, I have.
He has
Facebook.
He kind of
Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Yes, I put it on there.
Doesn't matter. Negro Dominance predicted.
I remember
No, motherfucker, I'm woke as fuck now.
No. Actually, your third I've been like this. Because
there's a need to open all the time.
Yo, how you went to 9,000? You at 1 right now.
I don't need to be at 9,000 every time.
All I'm saying is you've been slack on your Mackin' dolls.
No. Listen, this is all work.
It is work, but my thing is this: what's gonna happen from there? What kind of story will come out of this? Because we do forget Bobby Lashley in WWE, and there's rumor has it they try to make an angle with him and Bobby Lashley go against each other at SummerSlam.
Who, Brock?
Yeah, there's some kind of rumor.
That's
so
so you don't think that he's gonna have a UFC match and Bobby Lashley be in the crowd?
You do forget that Bobby Lashley is also currently not in UFC, but
isn't he Bellator?
He's Bellator.
Yeah. So he does mixed martial arts. So it could be a cross promotion.
This is the thing. Before Brock Lesnar, when he came back the last time, this time, he had a deal with the UFC at the same time. He fought. He took time off to go fight in the UFC at the same time.
Yeah, I remember. I remember after he got doped
so that's
up
not out of
he found a loophole because he was on.
Yeah, it's not out of the question.
How many times has Brock left and come back?
Plus, the other thing is,
Brock at the end of the day is a moneymaker.
He is, and he negotiates his contracts very well, obviously. He's the highest. He's the highest paid one. Even Roman Reigns said he is the highest paid.
No, there's somebody else above him now. Forrest put out a list.
Who? In terms of WWE stars, he's the top earner.
I think it's a 10. No,
he's the top earner.
It's him and Cena.
Yeah, him and Cena are
Go back and forth.
Yeah, I him and Cena. But overall, though, listen, I gotta agree with you. This was one hell of a work. Let's see what this could produce.
Yeah, but Shane apparently got in Brock's face too backstage.
Oh, new tale. But then again, Shane is a hothead.
Shane is
so
a hothead.
You see I'm about to jump off for you.
It's not because he's a hothead, because he's part of the family.
Exactly.
Yeah, he's a hothead. Come on, Pop's face though. We got smoke. That's it.
No, this is storyline.
ain't the
my dad.
The only reason
I'm gonna jump into this. Remember when Roman Reigns came after Vince in the back?
Yeah,
and Shane was there.
That kind of spoiled it a little bit. I was like, come on, Shane.
It's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen. Overall, though, I'm more excited as the drama around Brock than actually Brock in the ring. So
Brock in the ring he needs to go away for a while at this point.
Yeah, he's too
The whole universe.
He needs to start working out some legs because
The
them
whole
chicken
universe
legs
is kind of over that. Because honestly speaking, if it was Roman Reigns versus anybody else at WrestleMania, probably would have worked.
You at WrestleMania?
Yeah,
I was there. There were "this is boring" chants after the 10-minute mark of that match, and most
was it boring?
Most
Live?
people. Live, it was boring. I watched it again yesterday on my day off and everything, and it was actually relatively good.
Yeah, I thought it was good.
It was a good match. It was a decent match. It was a good match, and it had its spots. But when you're watching it live, you're just like,
it's not a WrestleMania match.
It's not. It's not a WrestleMania match, and it shouldn't have been the main event. I was telling him the Shinsuke and AJ Styles should have been built better and been the main event, but it wasn't. To me, honestly speaking, when you have the whole crowd focusing on beach balls other than the match and cheering and booing whenever the beach balls went away and came back, that's bad.
Dirty Dick Leo, you have something?
So Janelle from HR says,
wow.
Oh, he reads her stuff.
Wow.
Janelle from HR says, hello, hi. So Janelle from HR said that it was live boring. It was boring live. And that Bobby Lashley sucks. Unless she's here. And Beach Ball Mania lives.
Where's she here?
Beach Ball
What do you
Mania.
mean she's here?
Like she's on the
She's in the
live.
building?
Yeah. No, I mean she's
Like she's tuning in.
live.
She's tuning
Obviously, she's tuning in. We here.
You have a stake claim? You're not here. You're not recording.
I think
You're not from HR?
I bet should I be here? Okay.
Okay.
Yes, girl, you're here.
So, anyways,
Okay, so there's something else that's been announced. It was announced on Twitter. It's basically a coffin match between Taker and Rusev. Why is Taker doing this? Although he retired, but
This is boring.
I mean,
This is boring. This is boring. This is boring.
If anything, it should have been a rematch for John Cena. That's
no,
it.
I blame all of y'all. No. I blame y'all wrestling fans who love Undertaker so much. Oh, I want Taker to come back. Blah, blah, blah.
I never said that.
He was done last year to me.
He was done last year.
He was done.
Now it's just
Y'all saying that, but me and him, y'all all on Taker's dick.
Yeah.
Everybody's on Taker's penis.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Oh, Taker! Oh my God, you're experiencing Taker WrestleMania! And so happily he squashed Cena.
It was a squash match. That's basically and I said it.
Fucking sport of squash.
I said it at
Sport
Legend.
ass motherfucker.
It was
Can't even that.
okay.
Sport ass motherfucker.
Focus. Do I think that? Am I excited for this match? No. Why are you finding Rusev in a coffin match?
I feel like they're just giving Rusev his dream match.
No, so real talk. What I think it is they're gonna put Rusev over.
Nah.
Hold on, wait. Rusev threatened to leave. He wanted his release.
When?
Yeah.
Before?
No, before he was put into that fucking
He was.
that European title match.
Yeah. Intercontinental. No, U.S. Sorry.
No, U.S. title match. I apologize. Is it U.S.? Yeah, U.S. title match. European doesn't even exist anymore. My bad.
No.
Oops.
UK title.
Doesn't
He was
okay.
he was tossed into that match after he was like, "Yo, motherfuckers, release me." And I'm like, "No, Rusev Day is over. So we'll do something with you for WrestleMania."
He should have won the fucking belt if that was the case.
Now,
And him and Jenna could have changed.
Do you understand the fucking pop that would have generated?
yes, but WWE business doesn't give a fuck. Now,
But you give it to Jinder.
no, hold up. The chase is beautiful. But then they fucked up on SmackDown Live by giving Randy Orton that number of attendance. Whatever. Anyway.
Yeah.
But okay, so my thing is this.
Hold on, wait. Let me finish. You put Rusev with Undertaker.
Doesn't make sense.
The legend of fucking WWE. The biggest legend of WWE.
Okay.
Now, Taker can put Rusev over because you know why?
If he loses to him,
If it's not a pay-per-view.
it technically is.
No,
They're billing it as a
They're
pay-per-view.
billing it as a pay-per-view, but it's not a pay-per-view, a main pay-per-view. And it's not WrestleMania. So he can take it out.
But
But my thing
But
is,
you're like, you have a 50-man Royal Rumble, then you have 7 titles being defended.
It's a greatest Royal Rumble.
It's a major pay-per-view for them.
Yes, but people can take an L because it's not a main pay-per-view. It's not storyline built into
but
it.
it's a 50-man battle.
What's the person getting if they win?
Championship
They just
shot.
win. No,
Maybe.
they just win.
You don't know if they get a championship shot.
Yeah, but they get put over somewhere or another.
Okay, again, we all see what happens when we have these Royal Rumble battle, these special ones, and you get quote-unquote put over. Naomi won 2 years in a row, and I didn't even know that. 2 years in a row. She didn't win 2 years in a row. I'm very sorry. Like, she won,
won
and
the
on
championship.
SmackDown, they didn't make a big deal out of it.
They didn't.
Mojo Rawley won, and
Dead.
no one made a big deal about it.
Dead in
And
the
you
water,
forgot
yeah.
until they mentioned on commentary on Sunday. So, why you having these stuff?
That's what I'm saying. So Rusev can look good by being the Undertaker.
I don't see it happening.
I don't see it.
Nah, I don't
Nah,
see
B,
it.
I'm telling you.
No. We understand what you're saying.
yeah, we
I just
understand
don't
what's
see it
happening. Yeah.
It's gonna
happening.
happen.
Another-
Third eye open.
Another
I'm
6
charging
shots.
up. I'm
Another-
charging up.
This time the 6 shots of Jameson is gonna be when you're wrong.
Thank you.
So
It's at 12 p.m., so I'm not drinking at 12 p.m.
Yeah.
It is?
You
Yes,
got a
at
viewing
12
party
p.m.
for
on
this
Friday.
shit?
Oh, hell no.
People got jobs.
yeah, I'll be at work.
Nah, I'll probably be at work.
I'll be at work for real. Okay, so the Andre the Giant documentary. Did you guys watch it? Your thoughts? Is Andre the Giant still relevant? What's your take? Who wants to take this
I'll take
first?
this one. I probably might get. I didn't grow up with Andre. I didn't grow up with these guys. You understand? Like, I saw Andre get slammed by Hogan, and then I didn't see him on TV for a while. 'Cause we wasn't watching consistently. So, am I excited to look at the documentary? Not really, because I always hear a lot of stories about him. How he was a nice guy. You know, a lot of the urban legends about him. Like, he's able to chug so much beer and not get drunk. It's kind of like, all right, they kind of oversaturated for me. And I probably won't be checking it out. And people might say, "Oh, you're not a true wrestling fan." I suck my dick. Anyways, nevertheless, though.
Why you always go to there though?
He likes getting his son.
All I'm saying is this: I'm not gonna check it out. It's probably HBO did it. It's probably well done.
It was really well done.
Well done.
It was really well
but I'm
done.
not interested.
What'd you think about it?
I liked it mainly based on the fact that like it paints on the history of not only Andre the Giant but everything around him, like the beginning of the Hulkamaniac shit and all the other things preceding, like his life as like a kid growing up and dealing with the gigantism and all that stuff, and then going into wrestling. He was like 6'9" when he was 14. Like, yeah, exactly. 6'9" when he was 14, learning how to wrestle and shit, and like, how do you deal with that? Like, and like his mother was, I think no, it was his like his mother was concerned, like, oh, like he's never gonna stop growing. Like it was insane, like how quickly he grew and whatnot. But it was made a lot of stories, a lot of things. Like they had the Hulkster talking about him, Vince talking about him. You had people from The Princess Bride talking about him. Anybody that was like pretty much involved with him. They had even Arnold Schwarzenegger on it. He was talking about him, like all people that got to know him really well and everything. Like,
That worked
and it was
with him.
that worked with him, whether it was wrestling or in the entertainment business alone. Even they had like tales about him with Muhammad Ali talking. It was really interesting and really good to see like the history behind it, to be honest with you. But besides, I can get where you're coming from because like if you didn't really grow up with him and you saw the slam, but like you really didn't see him after that, because it's true after that. Pretty much, they even said in the documentary that after that slam, after he put Hogan over, that he it was one of those things where he started. He was already like pretty much bad in health at that time. Wow. He could barely move. Hogan was doing all the work, and the story of that match itself was really cool because like Hogan was worried that he wasn't gonna be put over by Andre, but like Andre was just fucking with him the whole time. Like, so he would go up to him and he would be like, oh, so what's gonna happen with the match? He'd be like, oh, don't worry, like just like don't worry about it. It's fine and cool. And like Hogan wrote out the script for the match and everything, and like gave it to Vince, and they looked it over. He gave, and he didn't know how it was gonna go, but it was exactly detailed as Hogan thought the match should go out. Like everything that happened the way it was. And when there was one cool part when Hogan was talking about like he was pretty much just recalling the match when the slam part came up. Once they got to that point, he was like, slam me now, like, and Hogan was like, what? He was like, slam me. So like when he picked up and slammed him, then he was on the floor after the slam. He yelled out, leg drop, and he was like, oh shit, he's putting me over, and like that's why he did the leg drop and everything. But like after that, pretty much like you said, his career was already like going downhill. That's why you didn't see him, because he had health issues by that time. The doctors told him that he wasn't going to be able to live past 40 regardless, like, and a bunch of people corroborated the legends about the drinking. He apparently loved like he loved to
Dos Equis beer?
Yeah, I'm sure he loved Dos Equis beers. But no, his favorite thing was to do was fart jokes. Like he would fart with people, and apparently his farts were legendary and shit. He would trap people, and it was a really fun, not funny, but like it was a fun documentary to watch because of the.
See,
it's cool to watch. It's cool to watch.
All of that, I heard.
It's not necessary. Yeah, if you heard a lot of this already, it's not really necessary to watch. But the way HBO puts it together, because obviously it's HBO, and HBO Sports does really well with their documentaries.
See, how do you feel about that?
It's actually really good.
It's just like when it comes to like certain guys that I grew up with, Bruno, Andre, Iron Sheik and stuff like that. People are now like, oh my gosh, did it? I'm looking like, oh, all right, I guess, I get hyped for what's name, I get hyped for D'Lo Brown. If I hear his music down the street, I'm gonna walk like him. When it comes on my playlist, I'm walking like him and dancing.
But the thing about it, it's the beauty of where it came from.
Of course.
But that's what it is. And like
that's what the documentary
Andre the Giant is like literally like Bill Russell, Wilt Chamberlain of wrestling.
Yeah.
Like the originator.
Excuse me.
Of like, you know what I mean? And Hulk Hogan is Jerry West. And besides his racist thing, and no longer he's part of WWE, but anyway, it's a different conversation. But when you look at wrestling and where wrestling is, like, Andre the Giant is the beginning of everything.
Vince said it himself.
I don't want to see what you guys like. How was you trying to say?
Because when you think of him, he's bigger than life. Literally.
Yeah. People went to just go watch him.
Yeah. Like
all
he's
the time.
Literally bigger than life, but he's also he was a character.
Okay.
And I get where you're coming from. You didn't grow up with him, but you gotta respect it.
Of course, I respect it. It's kind of similar. Like I got what you're saying. It's like that. I love ball. My favorite team's the Knicks. You feel me? I didn't grow up with Walt Clyde Frazier, but I see Walt Clyde. Young Walt Clyde got the 2 rings, baby. I'm dapping him up. Give him respect because he's a legend that was the staples of the Knicks. So I understand what you're trying to say.
Yeah, but it's also like you gotta enjoy and watch the history. And it kind of makes you think like, yo, if I die, will people say nice shit about me too?
Yeah.
Like, like, it's like, okay, you get 5 people to say something about you. No, seriously, think about it. Dying, right?
I kind of want to think. I kind of went through that a little bit.
But no, I'm gonna talk about it. Like, you die.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, we all 3 of us have
high five for that.
No,
not a high
It's
five.
a high five moment, bro.
But like it's a high five because like we
survived.
Yes.
We survived.
No, sit him down.
We survived.
That's what I'm saying.
Give me 5. Leo, air 5. You 2 dogs. There you go.
Listen, you die and you make a documentary about your life, and that many people say, because there's one thing people have different opinions about you.
Of course.
But from what you're saying is like, because I haven't watched it yet, it's a consistency.
I noticed that behind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Him and Dusty, I always feel like they always got this similar, consistent story. Even I remember when Cody mentioned it I think on the Sam Roberts podcast, he said that he's heard all these outrageous stories from his dad. One of the stories was like he was in the Congo, and then I think something happened, they were chopping the Congo, whatever, and then end up on a wrestling show for these local soldiers. And then Cody was just like, I don't believe that stuff. That's mad fake. Then one time, Cody and his dad was on the signing, whatever, speaking, and the guy came up. He was like, "Oh, Dusty, thank you for that wrestling match, this, that, and third." And Dusty humbly was like, "Yo, no problem, this, that, and then." That's when Cody realized, "Oh shoot, this is a really true story."
Yeah, because you have to understand, at that time, before kayfabe was broken, people believed that shit.
Let me ask you a question. You think that kayfabe was good for wrestling business, or was it bad?
It was the greatest shit in the world.
Good. It was.
And that fucking documentary ruined everything.
Beyond the Mat?
No, it wasn't Beyond the Mat. It was like behind the ring or something like that. Whatever it fucking was.
Beyond the Mat.
It was
called Beyond the Mat.
Do me a favor, look it up. That documentary that was done, it had The Rock, it had Mankind on the cover. I forgot who else.
It is Behind the Mat.
Behind the Mat. Double check for us. Appreciate it.
No, because it ruined wrestling.
Yeah, it did.
And you have to understand, Hogan couldn't wrestle. For shit.
No.
Yeah.
It was terrible.
Andre the Giant definitely couldn't wrestle.
He just clobbered motherfuckers.
How many people in the golden age, did they consider the golden age? That era? It might be considered the golden age. I could be wrong.
Nevertheless, look that up.
Yeah, Beyond the Mat.
Beyond the Mat. There
Beyond
you
the
go.
Mat.
There you
Fuck
go.
Beyond the Mat. Fuck everybody who was part of Beyond the Mat. Fuck them, their mother, and their ugly aunts.
But you like The Rock?
No, he wasn't part of that shit.
You know that how that Vince didn't know that how that it was for profit?
I don't give a fuck. It was bullshit.
It was a good documentary.
I don't give a fuck how good it was about. Fuck them and their mother. And their ugly aunt. Cause they
And the 13 cousins.
even though it was before the Attitude Era, kinda,
Yeah.
it's still like fuck shit over.
But then again, though, they
But
could
the Attitude Era corrected a lot of that shit with all the fucking...
All the gimmicks they have.
Just Steve Austin himself.
Yeah, they could-
I don't give a fuck.
But my thing is this.
Don't disrespect the business.
But then again, though, kayfabe was a little bit still alive up until when WWE made E. When they made Total Divas.
That's where they
Yeah.
That broke
That's where they
kayfabe
fucked
up.
completely wide
I didn't like it. I didn't like Total Divas either.
Boy, you watch it.
I don't give a fuck. I love it. But I was tight about it.
It be fire. I be like this. Girl.
I've only watched one episode
Nah.
ever, but
I watch every season,
I watch
B.
every-
but
Fire.
Total Bellas is coming
but
back on soon
the
too.
episode that I watched, I was laughing my ass off the whole time, and it was super interesting.
It's good. Don't be wrong.
I think it was the one where they
I
took the
think
IQ
that this
test.
way, kind of peeking into what the wrestler does everyday life is good. But I don't like it when I see two people be chilling in WWE. I don't like to see, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn just had a tough match, always kill each other and backstage, chilling, laughing, breaking niggas. No, dog, that was a good movie you did over here. I don't want to see that.
But
I don't want to see that.
They do make sure that they don't fuck that up a lot of times when it comes to social media. Because Nia is best friends with Alexa Bliss.
Yeah,
Yes.
but they played that angle perfectly. Yeah,
They have not done each other.
Nia has been more with Paige than
Yep.
anything.
Yeah.
Now you see, I like that. As long as they keep that same
Because
energy.
Nia is amazing.
I mean,
Yeah,
you
she
saw an
is.
outfit, boy?
Yo, that's
Yo,
hot.
shit. I saw it. I was like, what?
Speaking of divas,
Talk to
there
us,
is
girl.
rumor that there is going to be a women's tag team championship.
The only way this works is if the tag team championship goes between both SmackDown and Raw.
That's apparently it's going to come to both brands. That is the rumor. I feel like there's actual build up now with you have
a lot of
you have Ruby Riott and her crew. You have Absolution.
They just brought up these girls from NXT.
Iconic Duo.
The Iconic Duo.
Alexa Bliss and Mickey James. They have this whole relationship going on
So we're
right
gonna
now
talk
on
about
camera.
Iconic Duo with the fact that they hold each other's hands.
I love it.
Weird.
That's what girls do.
They do that, dude.
Okay, so are you
Creepy.
okay? Besides that, are you excited for if there's a women's? I feel like this is a good push. What's your take?
So
on
we're
it?
not gonna acknowledge this creepy shit.
We're not gonna acknowledge it.
It's not creepy.
It's just
Girls
creepy.
do that shit.
Yeah, they do.
Girls could get away with that
Yeah.
stuff.
If I held your hand, it's creepy as fuck. It's weird.
No, I just think that,
Don't touch me. What's you? Alex?
See, he wanted to sit next to you.
I can trust each other titties, like, ooh, girl, that's some good titties. And lick them, all of that. But
We don't lick titties.
I can't go, yo, Leo, so I see that dick print looking big, my nigga. Looking big. I can't say that. That's wild gay.
You really can't.
You can't
That's
say
wild gay.
Yeah.
Listen, I have...
Y'all just like, your butt is so big. And
Because they hold each other's hands. Yeah. No, in high school and college, yes. These chicks are grown women holding each other's hands to the ring.
Sunset of high school?
It's part of the gimmick.
I don't give a fuck.
They're best friends.
They're best friends.
Are they having sex with each other too?
Maybe. Who cares?
No.
Even if
It's
they are.
weird. I don't like it. It's a weird gimmick. They come down the ring holding each other's hand and it looks weird.
How about Mickey James and Trish Stratus? That whole thing.
But it never went nowhere because
Mickey James was trying to sleep with Trish Stratus. That was the gimmick.
Who was it?
Yes, who was it?
Even now.
Exactly.
Mandy Rose though taking that spot.
the porno?
Really?
She looks like Trish.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah.
She looks like a young...
Yeah, but
I'll take Trish now.
to go back to the tag team, this is dope.
Hell yeah.
This is dope because
It's hot.
it adds more options for these ladies.
It does.
It does. Because they're just not just muddling in a mid card.
Yeah,
for no
and it's
reason.
like it gives them more things. Leo, you have something?
They're just like people commenting and stuff.
Like,
What are they saying?
See what I mean? See what I mean? He just looks at the camera. Hi.
Hey, go.
So someone said, people said about the Beyond Kayfabe, Beyond the Mat.
All right, give me some
What
highlights.
exactly?
Like they just said that it was Beyond the Mat. Like,
Okay. All right. So I think it's great. What do you think about it?
To be honest, I think it's real great. It's about time.
They said that the women's tag team titles is possible with the dual brands.
Yeah, I think
also said. Matt said about his show in the Bronx.
Yes, 420. We know Matt. I was going to say that later. Thanks.
Nevertheless, that tag team division is about time. But let's not focus what they didn't do, shoulda, woulda. Let's focus on that. I think it's really great.
the reason it's gonna work is because of the fact that now every single pay-per-view is co-branded. It's gonna work that way.
It's not only
but
that.
to me, it has to. The belts, you can't have one belt for each thing. You have to have it float between
You have to.
SmackDown and Raw because there's not enough women to like fill that out for just. You're gonna have
So
like
you think
2 or 3
that's
tag
going to be
teams.
the end of the separate roster?
No, I think you could just like you have John Cena floating about, just going back and forth and shit like that. You can have the belt itself as like.
Whoever holds it.
Whoever holds it, and you can have like a number one
brands.
contender match here and there, and then like have they'll figure something out. But I think the belt should float between the
in the beginning
brands.
when the World Championship, WWE Championship float between two shows. Yeah, that worked out. But what do you think?
I think it's about time. 2, the reason why it didn't happen before is because there was not a strong enough women's roster. You had too many women that was comfortable just being on the sidelines and getting paid, and not enough women that was willing to get in the ring and actually scrap and earn a spot in that roster. So now when you have all these women that are just ready to go at any given time, now it's time to work. Now it's time to throw some belts in the mix and make things more interesting. Who knows? Maybe in the future we'll have all women's pay-per-view, something, but it's not gonna happen now. But it's a foundation for something. It's
They
a
just
foundation.
did the Saudi Arabia shit. Don't put that face.
There's no women in a Saudi.
No, I'm saying that they could have a women's
they could have
in the
it,
future because
but
if they have
you
the
realize
This
there's
is not now.
But you realize there's no women on that show.
No,
right?
yeah, of course.
Yeah, because
I know the reasons why.
Because
Yeah,
of why. We're not gonna get into that, but
Yeah, it's that Saudi one.
yeah, we'll move on.